It's your boy Kelly Kill TV, aka the Do-Rag King. Chest laughs for you, and your motherfucking crew. Back 10 top 10 top 10 top 10 things we could see in the MCU's multiverse. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am a huge Marvel fan when it comes to movies now, man. I never really got into the comics. I never was the comic guy reading comics and stuff like that. I'm not big on that. I know that's kind of correlated to like anime and whatnot. I'm not big on that though. So when I be talking about like Marvel, I be talking about like movies and stuff. I could definitely tell you everything ins and outs on the movies, all the spoilers, this and that. But I can't tell you how it's directed to the comics. You feel me? Even though it comes from the comics, you know. So that's where I fall on. So, but I'm a movie head, man. You feel me? As you guys know, we'll probably be reacting to more movies than anything on this channel, because I just like watching movies, man. And I mean, I love it, man. It's fun to me. It's fun to do. But other than that, man, we're gonna get into it, man. The top 10 things we can see in the MCU's multiverse. Now, they got a new show called Loki out. The show is litty as a motherfucking titty. Do you feel me? I mean, that show is lit. I mean, the first episode got me drew in. I can't watch no more episodes because I want to binge watch it all. They came out with that. They got the Falcon and Winter Soldier that was out previously, which was fire. Then they had WandaVision, which was fire as well. They're all setups to this new multiverse that's going on. Like I said, if you watch WandaVision, then you watch the Captain America TV show, and then you watch Loki, you'll see what's going on. You feel me? Like, especially with the Loki one, you definitely have an understanding of what they got, what they can do. They could do so many things with Marvel right now. It is crazy. DC, you got to step your game up, because I'm a Superman fanatic. Step your game up now. We're going to get right into the video, baby. It's 10 minutes long. I ain't going to try to hold y'all too long. Or am I?
I don't believe it.
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca, and
what's good, Rebecca?
Watch Mojo. Today we're
the Watch Mojo lady. I'm Watch Mojo Kelly Cow. What's up?
We could see in the MCU's multiverse.
Hey,
This is it.
let's see.
Well,
This movie is fire. This is what Miles Morales.
See, Flash, being the fastest isn't always the best if you are wrong.
Where is this going?
For this list, we're looking at the weirdest.
Let's see what they
and
got, man.
wildest
I
things.
think they got a new kids MCU movie or TV show or something out right now, or it's coming out. Either or. I know they just, if you guys are watching right now, it is June 13, 2021. They just previewed a new Galaxy of the Guardians game that's out. I will be reacting to that to show you guys that. But hey man, let's get it.
That may
MCU,
make it
baby.
into Marvel's movie
Who's your
multiverse
favorite
based on
superhero
what we see in
MCU
the
or your
comics
supervillain
and
or whatever?
What we know about the business. What else may be lurking in the endless depths of Marvel's many worlds? Let us know. Which
Hey,
worlds you
that's the
wanna see in
OG
the
Spider-Man.
comics. All right, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Let's do it. The hell out
Number
the screen.
10, the DC Universe. Hear us out. It might seem like the last possible thing you should expect to see in a Marvel movie is a reference to characters owned by their bitter rivals.
Right.
Mind if I ask you?
As a matter of fact, I do.
But consider this. Marvel and DC have a long history of crossovers going as far back as the Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man one-shot in the
Superman
1970s. Even during the most tense,
Superman
lawsuit-ridden
one.
times in their rivalry, artists and writers for both companies have been sneaking references to each other into their comics for decades.
Flash, I need your car on your phone.
Sir,
That's
technically this is my
that's
dad's
a
car, sir, so I
huge
can't-
crossover.
That
That's
doesn't mean we're
Spider-Man's
going to
funny.
see Wonder
Wonder
Woman
Woman's
shaking
trash.
hands with Captain
The
America.
new one was
but
trash.
keep your eyes peeled, because a quick reference to the Justice League being out in the multiverse somewhere is a real possibility.
Really?
Multiplied by possibility.
That's just tomorrow, 2016. Is this a TV show? Never seen it.
And spread out before space and time in infinite measure.
Number 9, Marvel Apes.
Okay.
You've heard of the Planet of the Apes, but what about a whole universe of them?
Are there more?
That'd be kind of fire. A huge
Apes
universe.
have been a weirdly huge part of comics ever since the rumor started that DC Comics got a bump in sales
That'd
every
be kind
time
of
they
fire, bro. Planet of the Apes into the Marvel universe. It's different, but I think that'd be kind of lit. No cap. I
put a
like that.
gorilla on the cover. Maybe that's why Marvel created a universe where all their biggest
I
characters
like that. I
were
ain't gonna lie
apes,
too. I
from
like all the Planet of the
Spider
Apes
Monkey
movies.
right on down to Iron Mandrill and the Ape Vengers. We don't even need to make up
What?
jokes for this entry. Those are the characters' real names. But maybe the weirdest part is that it's shockingly well written. Rather than relying solely on punny
Wait, so they
names and
really
banana
had
jokes, it tells a
apes?
complicated story of dominance and brutality for a disturbingly believable take on the Marvel heroes as apes.
That's why I don't read comics, man.
Number
I don't know
8,
what's going on.
classic versions of the characters. From the 1960s Spider-Man cartoon to the 70s Incredible Hulk, Marvel characters have been adapted into all kinds of media over the years. Some of them are great. Others, like the 90s Captain America movie, not so much.
Holy mackerel.
We already
I wonder who
got a
played the
little taste
90s
of what
Captain
this might
America,
look
'cause
like
that
in the
gotta be
Spider-Verse
ass.
movie. But Marvel's love for referencing their history runs even deeper and weirder than that.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder. I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet.
Yeah, that movie was so well
No
done,
other
man.
reason?
For one example,
I liked it.
the Spider-Verse comics featured a version of the webhead from a 1970s Japanese TV show, Spider-Man, and his giant
Spider-Man.
robot.
Sound like
We
a black
don't
person
know
wrote
if
that
the
shit.
cinema-going public is ready for that level of weirdness yet. We're just saying the filmmakers have a lot of material to pull from.
Black
Is he
man.
allowed to say that?
Number 7, actor cameos. If
Yeah,
there's one thing that ties Marvel movies together, it's the cameos.
Cameos, yeah.
Well, one specific cameo for the most part.
Yeah.
Don't pretend
Rest
you
in
don't
peace.
know who we're talking about.
Rest in peace, man.
Gee, I've got so many more stories to tell.
Are those the
Aw,
timekeepers?
guys. Oh, gee.
But now that Stan Lee has sadly passed away, it may be time to cast a wider net for their cameos.
Ooh,
If
all the
we're bringing back
Spider-Mans.
previous versions of the
Four of-
characters,
there's four of
why
them.
not bring back
There-
the actors who played them?
3 of them.
In fact, there are already rumors that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire show up in Spider-Man No Way Home in what may be a Spider-Verse style scenario.
Are you from another dimension?
That should be kind of
Parallel
fire.
universe where things are like this universe but different, and you're Spider-Man in that universe, but somehow travel to this universe, but you don't know how.
Wow, that was really just a guess?
Well, either way, bringing back former actors may be a way to make all previous Marvel movies canon in the multiverse.
They're one of the best, man. One of the
Although,
best
hopefully
movies right
not
there,
all
man.
of them.
Spider-Man 3, best. Best. One of the best.
Number 6, the Noir Universe. Remember that black and white Spider-Man in the trench coat from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
In my universe, it's 19.
Nah, I don't remember this one at all. Oh wait, this is the one that showed up in the Spider-Man verse.
Turns out he comes from a whole film noir universe where it's still the 1930s. It features reinterpretations of all kinds of Marvel characters, such as Spider-Man as a hard-boiled detective like the Shadow, to Iron Man as a globe-trotting adventurer
So that
like
man,
Indiana
Spider-Man, was
Jones
really
in a suit
swinging
of
from
armor.
ropes, shooting
The
guns
noir
and shit.
universe, named for the gritty detective genre of film noir, is packed
It's
with
like the
texture,
Watchman.
excitement, and
You ever-
darker
the
takes
Watchman
on
with the
classic
white
Marvel
face and
moments.
stuff.
Nothing against Spider-Verse, but there's a lot more to discover
because
on
they
a
got-
visit to the noir
yeah.
universe than a goofy background character voiced by Nicolas Cage.
This is purple.
Now.
Oh,
Now.
Number 5,
Oh,
the
wow.
X-Men. It's
yeah,
no
we
secret that
definitely
ever
need to see the
since
X-Men
Disney
into
bought
the
Fox, the
like
rights for the
MCU,
X-Men are
not like-
back in the
like
hands of the people
Avengers
making the
and shit.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
what?
Magnificent.
Now, the question is less about whether the mutants will show up in an MCU movie and more about how the writers will do it. Will they say mutants have suddenly appeared in the world? Were Wolverine and Professor X locked away this whole time?
You know,
I think I do remember you now. Yeah. Tall, angry
That's what I've
friend
been.
with
That's what
contentious
I've been
hair.
doing.
We came to you a long time ago seeking your help.
Have mutants just been around all along and everyone was too busy fighting a purple spaceman and his jewelry collection to say anything? Believe it or not, only some of those answers are stupid. But one other way to do it might be to simply introduce them in the universe.
His jury collection. His jury
Time
collection.
ago seeking your help.
His
Have
jury
mutants just been
collection.
around all along and everyone was too busy fighting a purple spaceman and his jewelry collection to say anything? Believe it or not, only some of those answers are stupid. But one other way to do it might
The X-Men would have ended that man's career in a heartbeat.
be to simply introduce them in the
They would have ended
universe
that shit in a
next door.
heartbeat.
Charles, we need you to hope again.
Number 4, Star Wars. Speaking of things Disney owns, listen, we're not saying Disney should film a crossover between Marvel and
Please
Star Wars.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
But you are not a Jedi yet.
It would be terrible
Please
for
don't.
both franchises.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and
that
it
would be the
probably
worst.
crash the world economy when it somehow makes more money than there is on Earth at the box office. But yes, in an infinite number of universes,
That'd be crazy. A
one of
Star
them
Wars, an MCU crossover. They're gonna have all the nerds in that motherfucking movie theater. They're gonna, COVID. is no COVID no more. If they ever did that.
Must contain the Millennium Falcon.
What a piece of junk.
She'll make 0.5 past light speed. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
And since Kevin Feige, the chief creative officer of Marvel Entertainment, is known to be working on an as-yet unannounced Star Wars project, it wouldn't be surprising to see at least a little hint of that somewhere in Marvel's multiverse.
Come, little one.
Luke.
Number 3, Marvel Zombies. In the early days of Marvel Comics' rise to the top of the comic book industry, a Marvel zombie was a joking name for someone who bought every comic Marvel... Wait, what? We're talking about actual zombies?
Wait, what? I've never seen that movie ever in my life. Far From Home, never seen it. I need to go see it right now.
Yep, that's right. In a comic series that is absolutely not for the faint of heart, Marvel took that old comic nerd joke and made it literal with a universe full of flesh-eating monsters who used to be your childhood heroes.
What?
There's even a hint that this prediction might come true in the trailer for the upcoming Marvel What If animated series with what is unmistakably an undead Captain America. Although
that'd
that
be crazy.
might still be part of a different, less apocalyptic story. Number 2, Marvel 1602. In the year 1602, Queen Elizabeth was on the English throne, the first European settlers were making their homes in North America, and the colony's first printing press was run by Spider-Man? Okay, it might not be totally accurate from a historical standpoint, but in Marvel's 1602 universe, the incomparable Neil Gaiman constructs an alternate world where the Marvel heroes arrive on the scene almost 500 years before the versions we know.
That's why they
Nick
come out
Fury
with that
and
movie
Dr.
called
Strange are
Eternals.
advisors to the British Crown. The X-Men are hunted as witches, and the Hulk fights a bunch of dinosaurs for some reason. It's weird, wild, and full of mind-bending meditations on the nature of narrative fiction.
That shit
And
look
it would
weird.
be an awesome world to visit in the Marvel multiverse.
No, and that would be worse.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, before we can continue, don't forget to subscribe to Kelly Go TV.
Squadron Supreme. Remember way back in entry number 10 when we said that Marvel has a history of doing sneaky crossovers with DC? Well, if you're a Justice League fan, the Squadron Supreme might look suspiciously familiar. Once you get a look at Hyperion, Power Princess, Dark Hawk, and some of their compatriots, you might
This is why I don't know anything about, like, I don't read the comics, so I don't know anything that they're saying right now. It's all foreign language to me.
to ask how Marvel is getting away with it. But that's the point. The Squadron was created so Marvel could take a shot at its competitors' biggest characters without getting sued. Would it be a dirty trick to turn them into a movie franchise after copying them like that? Probably. But there are rumors that Marvel might be developing one, making it the biggest possible dunk on DC's own struggling movies.
DC they need to worry about them before they even come with Marvel. I feel like they come with Marvel, they're just looking for a crutch because they will reboot if they ever did some shit like that.
Okay, I know there's a lot to unpack here, but seriously, what are you most excited about potentially seeing?
That is true. What I'm most excited for is not a Marvel versus DC or none of that shit. I'm really excited for X-Men hopping into the DC universe. I mean, to the Marvel universe. I think X-Men is Marvel, but I think it's time for us to start seeing the X-Men and not Iron Man, but you know what I mean, seeing them together now. I think it's time for them to start meshing up. I think Fantastic Four is in there as well, right? If I'm not mistaken, Fantastic Four. I think it's time to start putting them into there, man. But yeah, man. Let me know in the comments of what you think, man. Boy, Kelly Go TV, the Do Rag King. Ape on the chest, man. I'm out of here.